My name is Sarah Bohn. I'm an economist at the Public Policy Institute of California. In this brief video, I'll be providing a snapshot of California's economy, where we are and where we're going. By many measures, we're on the mend, but slowly. I'll discuss two important trends related to jobs in our state. First, the unemployment rate, and second, job growth. First, the unemployment rate. During the peak of the Great Recession, our unemployment rate hit 12.4% and remained stubbornly high for months. But over the past year and a half, we've been in a pattern of steady decline in the unemployment rate. However, it's still quite high. Our unemployment rate as of May 2012 was 10.8%. This means that about 2 million Californians are still looking for work. It's important to remember that this statistic does not include workers who've stopped looking for work altogether. It also does not shed light on how many Californians are underemployed, for example, working part-time when they would rather be working full-time. In order to absorb all the workers that need jobs in California, our economy needs to add jobs at a pretty high rate. And this includes jobs for unemployed workers, for discouraged workers, as well as for new entrants to the labor market. California has been adding jobs at a pretty high rate. After 2 years of very steep declines in the number of jobs in California, we are now pretty clearly in a pattern of job growth. Over the past year, California has added more jobs than any other state except for Texas. This reflects a job growth rate similar to what it was in the middle of 2006, well before the Great Recession hit. However, we have a lot of ground to make up following the steep declines of the recession. To give you some idea, if we add jobs at the current rate, it will take probably 4 to 5 years to get us back to the unemployment rate we were at before the Great Recession hit. These two trends, unemployment rate and job growth, are key indicators of how California's economy is doing. And they show that we're in a recovery pattern, but we're not quite caught up yet. And what does this mean for California's families and for the state going forward? It's important to consider the kinds of jobs that are being added in California, as well as the skills that workers bring to the table. The struggle of many Californians to find good-paying jobs is not just a result of the Great Recession. It's also related to long-term global economic trends that have shifted the kind of job opportunities available. And this trend is predicted to continue. I'll talk about a few industries where we expect to see jobs growing the fastest over the next roughly 10 years. In 3 service industries, we expect to see jobs growing the fastest, and these include educational services, health services, and professional services. Most jobs in these industries require some advanced education, for example, doctors, teachers, software engineers, and other scientists. However, job opportunities in these sectors also include home healthcare aides and other kinds of medical assistance. We also expect to see jobs growing quickly in the construction industry, which is good news for a sector hampered severely by the Great Recession. However, jobs in construction are predicted to grow at a slower rate, with only 1 new job in construction for every 3 in those service industries that I mentioned. At the same time, we expect to see a shrinking number of jobs in the manufacturing sector as well as in government employment. The important factor to consider is the skills required by these new jobs that will be created in California. Our economy requires a broad range of skills. However, jobs requiring some education beyond high school are predicted to grow the fastest. In general, we see job opportunities growing the fastest for workers at either end of the skill spectrum, the high end and the low end, with less demand for workers in the middle skill range. And this is reflected in how California's families are doing in terms of their income level, with a growing divide between families at high and low levels of income, and a declining share of families considered in a middle income range. How Californians will experience the gains of this recovery period and beyond are linked to the match between their skills and the job opportunities in our state. Through education and training, California's workers can take advantage of job opportunities and move up the income ladder. And this is a win-win for the state, Because in addition to improving the economic well-being of individuals, an educated workforce is key to making California competitive in the new economy. At PPIC, we've been tracking California's economy through the recession and recovery. If you go to our website, ppic.org, you can find more information about these trends and others using new features on our economy page. Thank you for listening.